Good morning, guys. Hey, so Coffee with Dave today is going to be a little different than normal. Today I am here in the park and we are outside. You can see the beautiful background. Alright, so excited to have you guys, excited to be doing this series weekly, getting on here, talking with you, communicating. Remember, the Coffee with Dave is just about general talk. It can be including narcolepsy. I know that doesn't really sound right, does it? It can be including narcolepsy. It can include narcolepsy as well as anything else. Anything you want to ask me, I don't care. I will answer the best of my ability. Please keep in mind, I am not a doctor. I have no degree as a doctor. So the information I give you, the things that I talk about, comes from my own experiences with narcolepsy and life. So don't hold me to being an expert. With that said, I am an expert in narcolepsy with myself. I believe we are all experts with things we've gone through in life, and we need to get our stories out there and share them with others. So with that said, Coffee with Dave, no coffee in my hand. I've already had it, sorry. But I might have some questions here that came through that I'd like to go ahead and address and answer for you. Okay, so the first one says, your advice on dating with narcolepsy. Wow, my advice on dating with narcolepsy. Well, my advice on dating in general, I'm new in the game again. You know, I was married for 19 years. Got married basically right out of high school at 19 years old. And then divorced at 38. And then when I went back into the dating game, wow, it was crazy. Things had changed a little bit in 20 years. But on top of that, I had narcolepsy to deal with. So my experience going into the dating game wasn't so much, or my thoughts wasn't so much, I have narcolepsy, how should I do this? My thoughts was, I'm a guy, I'm a human, I want to date. And that's what I did. Looking back now, a few of the relationships has been really tough because of narcolepsy, and some have been really great. My advice to you, I have told people that don't talk about your narcolepsy until you feel safe with that person. And it's like anything else, it's a navigational game. There's some people that you may want to immediately let them know you have narcolepsy, because you want to get it out there to them. If it's something that they are not good with, you want to know ahead of time before you start developing those feelings, those deep connections to that person. Because if it's something they can't deal with, then you're going to get hurt. You may decide to navigate it as far as not telling them and just seeing where it goes. But I ultimately believe that, from my personal experience, that you shouldn't, let me rephrase that. I choose not to wear it out on my sleeve the first time I meet somebody saying, hey, you know, I have narcolepsy. I choose to see where it goes. If I feel that this is somebody that I really like and I want to be committed to, then yeah, I'm going to start bringing up my story. I'm going to start talking to them about narcolepsy. Because once you feel safe, it's time to share. Some people aren't going to take it well, and you are going to get hurt. That's a fact of life. If you don't have narcolepsy, you're still going to get hurt. The dating game is painful. It's a little more challenging with narcolepsy. Definitely agree. That's my advice on dating with narcolepsy. But hey, let them know, you know, if we go to a movie, I may not be able to stay awake. It's not that I'm not interested or I don't like you, it's just that I have the narcolepsy. So maybe let's do some things that aren't in quiet places, that aren't dark. Just in general, with me, I always have music going, something upbeat. I always try to stay out in the sunlight. I try to always enjoy life. It keeps me going. Now there's some times that absolutely I love a quiet little coffee shop. I enjoy that. But for the most part, I try to keep things bright. So maybe when you go on your dates, go to the park, have a picnic, go for a bike ride, go for a walk in the city or in the country, wherever you're at. Try to do things that are active. That's my best advice on dating. I'm not a dating expert. Anybody that has dated me would probably agree, but that's my best advice I can give you on that. And next question, should I date somebody that has narcolepsy or not? Again, that's going to be your choice, your decision. I've never dated somebody with narcolepsy. I've spent some quality time with people that have narcolepsy, but I've never actually dated. I think it could be amazing if you find somebody that's at a good place with their narcolepsy. You guys can both embrace that. They understand you, they get you, they give you your time when you need it. Or you may be in a good place, they may be in a bad place, and you're able to help them come up. And then you know that whenever you're down, they might be there to help you. But if it's two people with narcolepsy in a bad place, I wouldn't suggest it, because relationships are hard enough as it is. And if you're in a bad place and you're reaching out to somebody else in a bad place, I personally don't think it's a good idea. But when dating, just don't think of it as, well, I've got to find somebody with narcolepsy. Just think of it as, I've got to find somebody that I have that connection with. Somebody that our souls connect. Somebody that I enjoy being around. A best friend. Go for a best friend. Alright, explain the magic number thing to me. Okay, my magic number is 7. I am huge on finding your magic number, because it's a sleep number, how many hours of sleep you should get a night. For me, it's 7. If I go more than 7, I'm no good. If I go less than 7, I'm no good. And I stay consistent with that. I'm not guaranteeing that this will work for you, but it's worked for me. But if I go to bed at midnight, I get up at 7. If I go to bed at 1, I'm getting up at 8. If I go to bed at 10, I'm getting up at 4. Doesn't matter. I don't have my sleep-in days. I try to stay on my magic number days. It's just helped me to function so much better. And that's something that I'll do a separate video on, just dealing with the magic number, how I came up with it, how I was able to find mine, and how I can help you find yours. But that's the magic number thing in a nutshell, is the amount of sleep you get at night. I believe you should try to keep it consistent at whatever number it is you find. Next question, are you single? Well, yes. I'm a 48-year-old man and I'm single. Life can be difficult sometimes. You have your ups and your downs. And at this point in my life, I am single, and I am single because I chose to be single. There's a lot I want to get accomplished in life. I only have a certain amount of time left. So I chose to be single. Is it lonely? Yeah, it's lonely. Do I have friends? Yeah, I have friends. But in order for me to accomplish all of the things I want to accomplish, I have to be single. The reason is because it's not fair for me to drag somebody else down this road that I'm going. When I've achieved the things I want to achieve, yeah, I would love to settle down and, well, I shouldn't say settle down. I would love to have somebody in my life that gets me, somebody that wants to continue the journey with me, somebody that understands my commitment and my dedication to my career, to my narcolepsy family, and what I feel is important to get done in life. We all have a certain amount of time in this life, or in this life. From the moment we're born, we begin to die. And I live with urgency. I have to get as much done as I can. I think it stems back to the 6 months that I was down and out with narcolepsy and I couldn't do anything. when I was 28 years old and I felt like my life was over. I always keep that in the back of my mind, knowing that it can come back one day. It could be tomorrow. This whole project I'm doing, this whole world I'm creating could be over tomorrow. So I live with urgency, feeling like I have to get everything done, accomplish everything I can today. I live with urgency. So with that said, that is why I am single. That is why I will continue to be single until an unforeseen date. So yes, I'm single. Okay, what do you think about the current situation in the world? Oh wow, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with COVID? Do you want to start with people treating other people like shit? Or where do you start? Let's start with people. Actually, we're going to start and end with people. This I'm just going to address this and that'll be it. I don't care if you're white, tube sock wearing, cracker eating, cornbread muffin man like myself. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're an Indian. I don't care if you're Mexican. Some of this may not be politically correct, and if not, I'm sorry. I don't care what country you come from. I don't care what amount of money you make. I don't care what sexuality you are. I don't care. I don't care. You know, that's not important. This is the stand I take, and I wish so many other people would. We're people. We have to love each other. I'm not going to be able to go out here and change the world, but I can change myself. I can change my views. I can change my thoughts. I can decide that, you know, I'm going to love everybody. Everybody comes from different walks of life and backgrounds. The way they see the world is shaped by their world, what they grew up in, what they've been around, what they've been exposed to. So their ideas aren't going to be the same as yours. Their views aren't going to be the same as yours. It doesn't mean they're right and you're wrong, or you're wrong and they're right. It's just different. It's what makes up this beautiful world. You know, love each other. If somebody says something you don't agree with, you don't have to call them out on it, because your thoughts on it are different than theirs. You don't have to call them out on it. You can have a good conversation, let them know, you know, I respect you, but I disagree with you, and this is why. And you guys can continue to be friends, but know that you have different beliefs. What's wrong with that? What's the big issue with that? I don't get it. I don't get it. It would be a boring world if we were all the same. So I'm going to tell you right now and keep it short, but my views on the current situation of this world, I think it's ridiculous. Do I see an end in sight? Probably not. But the way I see it through my eyes, yeah, I can tell you that I speak to people every day and I don't feel like I'm in danger. I don't have fear. I don't worry about it, because I try to put good stuff into my head. I try to stay off all the crap media stuff. I try to have my relationships pure. It's kind of like in school, you know, there was somebody that you're friends with, but say that person didn't like another person, so now you didn't like that person because your friend doesn't like them. How stupid is that? That's juvenile. That's childish. You got to have your relationship in order. You can be friends with somebody that's not friends with your friend, because what matters is the relationship you have with that person. They may treat somebody else like shit, but if they treat you right, continue that relationship. So keep your relationships pure. Enjoy each other. You can see I'm kind of dancing around this a little bit because it is a very touchy situation in the world today. And all I can say is be who you are, respect others, enjoy life. You can learn so much from somebody else that doesn't look the same as you, that doesn't talk the same as you, that doesn't act the same as you, that doesn't have the same beliefs as you. You can learn a lot from them. Don't forget that. Okay guys, today's Coffee Talk's coming to an end. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Pass it on to other people as well. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Continue your fight, continue your journey. We have narcolepsy, so what? Let's embrace it. It could be a lot worse. You're not gonna die from it. Your life's gonna be a little screwed up, but it makes you the beautiful person you are. Take care, guys. I'm out of here. Love you.